Shalom Akim, your brother Rattaz Allah from GMSLondon camp. First and foremost, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Blessings unto the hopeful elect in the four winds. This is another upload in regards to Esau and his atrocities on the earth, man. Why he's the plague, the virus, that anomaly that needs to be eradicated off the face of the earth, man. And he will be soon by our Lord and Savior Yahushai when he returns, man. This is from StrangeSounds.org. It says hundreds of dead dolphins are washing up on French beaches and politicians don't speak about it. Yeah, the reason why the politicians don't speak about it because they're of the devil, man. I'm talking about the left wing, the right wing, all these different political parties, but it's all the same bird, man. And the bird is the devil. It represents the devil, man, which is Esau, man, the so-called white man, and his whole Roman Empire, or this Babylonian conglomerate empire that is going right now, starting with America, man. Babylon the Great, which is soon to be destroyed, man, because that's that beast that all the nations wander after, man, and look up to, like it tells you in the book of Revelations, man. They wandered after the beast. All these nations look up to America and they follow their ways, man. But that's soon to be destroyed, And a new order, a new power structure is going to be set up by way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and the Israelites, man. And they're going to rule in righteousness, going to have being them go back to that, utopian state, man. A blessed state, a good place, man. That's what the word utopia means. Instead of this dystopian, man, which means a bad place, man. A bad state, which we're currently in. As the scripture says in the book of Proverbs, man, the wicked rule people mourneth, man. That shows forth through the way the earth is reacting, even the animals, and how they're reacting right now. Because you got animals just beaching themselves like there's no tomorrow, man. And they also got something called microplastics in the waters, all those different residues of plastics that they just dump in the ocean. That's fucking up the animals, man. That's even part of the curses of the earth right now, that the earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, and also to the fact that the Lord's going to plague this earth, and he's gonna let these things happen because we're at the end of this world, man. End of Esau's rulership, man. And he's the curse that needs to be as I said, eradicated, needs to be soon to be judged. So since the beginning of the year alone, a record number of up to 600 dolphins have washed up on France's Atlantic coast. So what's going on? The white man's still ruling. The biblical Edomites, the so-called white man, is still ruling, man. That's what's going on. So Earth is under that wicked vibration still to this day, man, until he gets taken out of the way. It says since the start of 2019, up to 600 dolphins have washed up on beaches along France's Atlantic coast. Said according to two different surveys, it says the numbers of carcasses found in the year between 400 and 600. It says, but even the lower estimate is higher than the previous year at the same period. Yeah, man, because as I said, the earth's under a wicked vibration, man. Under who? The so-called white man, the Edomites, man, spawn of Esau. So now everything's just dying, man, because he's about death, man. He's a master of destruction, man. Anywhere he goes, he just leaves a trail of death and decay, man. So that's why everything's fucked up. Everything's upside down right now, man. Because the white man's a damn devil. And the word devil means deceiver. Because he doesn't, they claim to be the so-called elites, the 1%. They claim to be a bunch of philanthropists. That they care about the earth. And they do all these voyages around the world in little boats and all this shit, trying to act like they care about, the economy and the atmosphere, the ecosystem and all that. They'll try and raise money for awareness and all this BS, man. But they don't give a shit about all that, man. All they care about is power, man. And gaining money, wealth. That's all they care about, man. A bunch of selfish cretins, and they need to be taken out, man. It says, while dead dolphins wash up on beaches in France each year, it says scientists say the situation is alarming. It says, if you compare the figures to last year's over the same period, there was already more dead dolphins now, and last year was already record years. So said researcher Helen Pieta from the Pelagus Marine Life Observatory, which carries out surveys. It says, will things calm down? That is the question. Now, the things ain't going to calm down until this devil be taken out of the way, man. Because the scriptures call you the destroyer of the earth, you know. It says we'll need to look at the numbers at the beginning of the spring to make an accurate assessment of the situation, she said. So this is you know, these are the atrocities that happens under the so-called white man's rule, man. As the scripture says, the earth mourneth, man, it fadeth away. You know, the people are mourning because of this devil. People are rioting in uproars with their governments all around the earth, even in France with that the yellow vest protest, still having that shit going on. That shit ain't even cooled down yet, man. People are just getting arrested and it's still, you know, intensifying because we're at the end of this wicked society and you know, things are going to get from bad to worse. You know, as I always say, a shitstorm's coming, man, and it can't be stopped, man. So this is why, man. This is just showing you that, you know, under the so-called white man's rule, things ain't going to be balanced, man. Things are going to be unbalanced and just pure, you know, wicked, man, under this devil's rulership. But when the Israelites come back into rulership, which is very soon, like it tells you in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, you know, she'll never be left to any other kingdom. It's an everlasting kingdom, wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. And everything's going to be, you know, as I said, go back to that utopian paradise state, which is the word in the Hebrews, Adon, the Garden of Eden, which the whole earth is going to be Eden again. But that special place on the earth is going to be that patch the Lord has in the Middle East called the land of Israel, man. It's going to be a paradise on this earth again. Everything's going to be rejuvenated and yield its full strength, man. From the plants to the animals and to the, you know, to us Jakes, because we're going to be supernatural beings on the earth. We're going to have that special glow on us to show the wisdom and knowledge of and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that he's dealing with the children of Israel, man. As the scripture says, the Lord surnamed us, man. The word Israel itself is a powerful name in itself, man. Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew, which means Prince of the Power, Prince of the Most High. So that's going to be made evident on this earth once again, and these nations are going to bow down, man, and kiss the ring if they want to survive, you know. I want to jump to the scriptures real quick. I'm going to make this too long. This is Jeremiah 51:25. It says, behold, I am against the old destroyed mountain. Who's that destroyed mountain? Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, man. It says, I'm against the old destroyed mountain, saith the Lord, which destroyest all the earth. And that's evident, man. Check this devil's track record, man. You know, his track record is longer than the fucking, you know, train track, man. You know, his sins reach up to the heavens, man. And the Lord, now you know, he's going to receive all the wickedness that he's sown on this earth, man. You reap what you sow. You know, it's only going to be his just dues. The Lord doesn't deal with unrighteousness, man. That's why the Lord said he requires you know, all things that have happened in the past life, man. He requires all the things that are past, man. All this so-called white man's history, evidence of wickedness and cruelty that he's done. You know, he's going to have to pay for. He's going to have to answer for, especially putting his hands on the children of Israel, man. You know, it says, and I will stretch out mine hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks. It says, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. Yeah, the Lord's going to destroy your whole society, your whole system, man. It's going to come crumbling down, man. And you're going to fall as well, man. The Lord's going to blast you out of the skies, literally, man. So in Isaiah 14, it talks about you falling to the ground, falling from the heavens, or Lucifer, man, because the Lord's actually going to blast you out the skies, man. And it's going to be like you falling from the heavens into your damnable state, which you're going to stay in for 1,000 years of hardcore slavery before you're totally exterminated off the face of the planet. You know, like in Doctor Who. You know, aliens, so-called aliens, the Daleks, wanted to exterminate the enemy, and you're the enemy, man. You're going to be exterminated off the face of the earth, every last one of you devils, man. You know. I'll move to the next scripture. It's Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Yeah, man, because you're the rulers of this earth. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the whole earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, man, because you don't care about the earth. He was cast from the face of the earth, going back to when he was Cain, you know, in the reincarnation. He was cursed from the face of the earth. That's why you got that plague on your skin called leprosy, man, as a mark to show who the wicked is on this planet, man. And you carry that through from Cain all the way to your predecessor Esau, man. To Esau basically, man. Which is the so-called first red man after Cain, after the flood, on the planet. So that's that plague, man. And the Lord said you're gonna be cursed forever. You're the people that He has the indignation of that curse forever, man. Roughly paraphrasing. So because they have transgressed the laws, they don't attain to the Most High's laws. They don't keep to the laws. Instead of letting plants, the seed of grow within itself, and plants, rejuvenate and grow in its natural state. What does this devil do? He takes seeds and starts splicing them, man, mixing genes and all that to create hybrids and all this mad stuff, man. In these labs, they ain't supposed to be doing, man. Then he cuts down all the trees that we need oxygen to breathe, fucking up the ecosystem, fucking up the habitation of the animals, to build fucking supermarkets and shit like that in their habitations, man. And then they have to animals keep moving more inland because they have no place to live, man, no place to fucking stay and rest their heads. And then the rest of it brothers know the rest of it, man. What happens after that? So this white man is just total, he's a total devil, man. Changes the ordinances. He doesn't attain to none of the laws the Most High set up. He wants to do his own thing, man. This is broken the everlasting covenant. You want to act like you're the Lord's people. You've taken the Lord's covenant and you've broken it, man. You've broken the everlasting covenant. You don't attain or seek after the Lord. The scripture says that the Most High is not in your thoughts, man. Because you're all about yourself, man. But you're gonna have to answer for all this fuckery you're doing, man. Very soon, man. This is more testament to show that the Lord is coming to judge you devils very soon, man. Because this earth is totally fucked up, man. Under the inhabitants thereof. It says 6. It says, therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. It says, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And that's going to be the curse, the plague. That's going to torture your system, man. Everything's gonna be destroyed by them nuclear missiles, man. Thus saith the Lord, very soon. What else? I'm gonna see if there's another precept down there. But no. It's another chapter in Isaiah, but for time's sake, I'm just gonna cut it short, man. It's the last scripture I'm gonna read and close out. It's Revelations 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. Yeah, everyone's pissed off with you devils, man. All the nations are upset, man. The nations are mad right now because they followed your pernicious ways, man. Your vile philosophies and doctrines, LGBTQ, all this madness, following the ways of this so-called white man basically into their own destruction, man. Back then, during the time of the Greeks, it was called Hellenization. We had Jakes giving up their own customs, like Jason, all these guys, the high priest Jason, all these different guys, following the ways of the Greeks, man. And then, later on, basically bring destruction upon themselves, Same thing with these devils today, man. It's under the so-called westernization. And these Jakes 2/3 are going to get destroyed with the so-called white man too. We're following these devilish, devious ways, man. Instead of putting their trust into the Holy One of Israel, which is their power, man. They're denying their own power for the so-called white man, who's the same devil who put their asses in slavery and making them defecate in each other's mouths for 400 years, man. That's just one example of what these devils were doing. The Jim Crows and all these different things, these different atrocities these devils was doing to Jake. And these 2/3 still want to follow this devil, but they're going to follow him into that pit, that desolation, man, and be destroyed with him. Those that are joined in hand with the devil shall go down with him, man. Roughly paraphrasing. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come. That's why World War III is coming, man. And that's going to entangle America and the land of in Israel, the so-called Jewish rats, Amalekites were over there, getting destroyed by nuclear warfare, man. By their own allies and so on and so forth. It says in the time of the dead that they should be judged. So the judgment's coming, man. It's not gonna tarry. It's not gonna, it's coming. It says that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, the ones that have been diligently out there from the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone, prophesying these things was gonna happen, man. That's the whole point of being a prophet, man. Prophesy that the Lord's coming to bring judgment and salvation for the nation of Israel, and judgment unto the nations in 2/3, man. The heathen nations into the 2/3. And unto the saints, unto them that fear thy name. And that's only the elect right now. The majority of the earth, they don't even acknowledge Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, but the elect do. Starting with Sirach 17 and the 10 says, the elect shall call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Fear thy name, small and great. It says, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, which is you so-called white people, because as your last rulership, the last evil rulership of a nation ruling on this earth before the Lord totally destroys you, man, and brings righteousness back, brings the force back to restore restoration, basically, man. Restores that balance back on the earth, man. Where everything's going to be flourishing, like it tells you in the book of Isaiah, man. The trees of Lebanon are going to be singing and all that. And everything's going to be rejuvenated and in cohesion again, like it was once before in the beginning. So we're waiting for that day earnestly, man. The elect are anyway, So anyway, I want to close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua B'Hashem Rakakodash. Till next time, I say shalom.